Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot Your Love Story, August 2019, and this is for you coming from Virgo. First, let me give you my email address, which is andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9, andyhoro9 at gmail.com. Now, the first card that I'm going to pull will be to do with your first 15 days of August, and I'm going to tackle your area of romance. So let's see what the card says. It's a card of complications. It says from happiness, suddenly can come a complication in the first 15 days of August. Is the root of the problem. It may have been there already for some time. It may explode in this first 15 days of August. So you have heard me say that. So if you suspect either on your side or on your romance side, the romance partner side, anything that is untoward, anything that should be discussed quickly, well, go ahead and do that, but do it very gently because this is a card that says anything that comes to be pushed, be very careful. It could go over the precipice, it disappears. So if you find a new romance in the first 15 days of August, tell yourself not to give your heart away too quickly. Something is not right. And if you already have a romance that's ongoing, tell yourself you need to discover what is the problem that can somehow surface in the first 15 days of August. Nothing to be too alarmed about, but there's some disturbing part of it. And the sooner you know, the, the much more prepared you will be able to be in the month of August in the first 15 days. The next card that I pull will have to do with your marriage areas. Marriage areas. So let's see what the card says. Well, this is a much better card. It says that to and fro, there is the energy of goodness flowing to and fro. So there's no danger of the marriage breaking down in the first 15 days of August. But there is an opposite in this card, which means that somehow you and your marriage partner may look at a situation from an opposite point of view. So disagreement may come up, misinformation may come out. So tell yourself to be very careful if you are discussing anything of a personal nature for your marriage regarding the first 15 days of August. Handle it very gently and you will see that you will control it. Don't go into the stage of argument, definitely. Now I will go to the last 16 days of August. Last 16 days of August. Let me shuffle these cards and I'll talk to you about your romance area first. And well, this is a very good card. It's called the Magician. And the magician, of course, will always bring something delightful out for you. And you will have some delightfulness if you meet a new romance. It will be a delightful one. It will be a wonderful one to meet, helping you in every areas of your life. This person could be also doing very well in finances. So you got your possibility of getting a very good catch in the last 16 days of August is very good for you. Go hunting. You got to be materialistically minded with this card. It's the card of Mercury. As you can see right in the center, there's a sign of Mercury there. So this Mercury is always the materialistic planet. And when I see this planet, I say you have to be materialistically minded. Go what you want and stick to the rules of what you want. And you will see that you'll find somebody very interesting and go to places where you can meet people who are doing well and people who can help you. So a wonderful card to say that you can find a new romance easily. And what about your ongoing romance if you have one? Look at this wonderful card. There's so much togetherness and blessing. There's so much of understanding. So if you already have a romance going, it's going to be a wonderfully one when you're going to have a very good time talking about marriage, talking about buying a new house together or a condo or buying a new car. A very pleasant card. It shows an expansion of what has been happening. The expansion from a romance is always towards marriage. So that's very good. Okay. Now I'm going to talk to you about your marriage for the last 16 days and let's see what the card says. Uh-oh, a problem. So where your marriage is concerned, there's a problem. And you can see there's an entanglement, nothing very new. It's been there for some time. And it's being brought up again in the last 16 days of August. It's got to do with finances. That's the core of the problem, something to do with finances in some way or another. And disagreements are going to come up. And as I said, it's not a new problem, it's an old problem that's coming up again. So you've heard this from me. So tell yourself to be prepared in the last 16 days of August. And if this problem comes, to remain very calm and do not be provocative. Do not want to put fuel over the fire. The fire will start to rage. So tell yourself to be very calm. And we always believe that it needs two hands to clap. So if you don't get involved, that one single hand will not clap. So it will slowly subside. So the good part of this card is that nothing breaks down from what I can see. It's only going to be stress and anxiety in the last 16 days. So stay calm and you'll do well. Now I want to go to talk to you about your lucky ages. So in the whole month of August, you're coming from Virgo. Let's see what are the lucky ages. Well, again, it's the card of Mercury. So I'll have to say, and Uranus as well, the three planets here. I'm going to say that if you're the ages of 23 or 32 or 41 or 50 or 59 or 68 or even 77, you're going to be very lucky in the area of romance and marriage. Something spectacular is happening in both of these areas or either of these areas. Well, if you're not of these ages, don't panic. You may still be very lucky. So you need to see an astrologer like me one day, and we'll be able to talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years in all areas of your life. In the meantime, I'm going to talk to you about your lucky colors. And for the month of August, why colors? Because every planet has been given different colors. And not all the 9 planets are going to be on our side. And we don't want to wear colors belonging to planets against us. So what is the advice here? Well, it's the color of white. So I would say try to wear a lot of white above your waist. Colors are important more above the waist than below the waist. So wear it is color white as much as you can above the waist. And especially if you are going chasing for the romance or going for a date or wanting to discuss something with your marriage partner, wear plenty of white. And you will see your communications and the possibility of getting things right will be really very good. Now about your lucky direction. And why lucky direction? Because there are 9 planets chosen to look after Earth. They have surrounded Earth. That's become our solar system. So out of these 9 planets, 3, 4, 5, or 6 planets may be good for us or not. So when we look left and we look right, when we look straight and we look back, we're going to face one planet or another. So you have to be very careful as to which direction you have to face. And what does this card says? Well, it's the card of northeast. So if you face northeast in the month of August, in the areas of romance and marriage, you're going to have an aura which is going to be very attractive to somebody who may be interested in you. And even you will have that aura to make that lucky contact looking for a romance. And if you have a romance, then it's going to go very well. Try to discuss things with your romance partner facing northeast. And the same with your marriage partner. Whatever you have to discuss, somehow face northeast. And what you say and what you do will become very acceptable. It does work. It's all a question of facing a planet which is going to support us or destroy us. Make what we say acceptable or what we say to turn into an argument. That's how it works. So there you are. Face northeast as much as you can. Now an attachment to somebody. You from Virgo are going to be able to find an attachment if you want to somebody. Whether it's romance, new or whether old or whether marriage. This person from Capricorn is going to be very helpful for you. Either that you may find a new romance from Capricorn, and if your romance partner is from Capricorn, the romance that you have, or your marriage partner is from Capricorn, that would be also good. Well, the bottom line of this card is that somebody from Capricorn would be on your side and would do much good for you. So there we go. Now, I have a 90-minute session, And this 90-minute session is based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and looking at your palms. Whereas this program that I'm talking to you about, tarot, your love story, is based on the tarot. So in this 90 minutes, I'll talk to you about your next 7, 8, or 9 years. I'll talk to you about your job, your business, your finances. I'll talk to you in depth about your health. And I will talk to you about your love story as well, your area of romance and marriage. And I'll give you plenty of solutions from the universe, your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky days, your lucky colors, a lot of information. And with this information, you'll try to get right. And I'll also give you your personal lucky lottery numbers based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. Your palms will show whether in the first place you have this lottery luck or not. And with all this information, you'll be able to get to the supernatural side of you. Yes, each of us has that supernatural strength in us. And I will show you how to get there for anything that you want. So send me that email at andyhoro9, ANDIHORO 9, the number 9 at gmail.com. And I'll come back to you as soon as I can. Until then, I wish you a good month of August for your love story. Thank you and goodbye.